I bought this home on June 20th. I then sold this home on July 18th for $55,000. I have my little shot right here where I know. My first ever mobile home flip made me $45,000 in a 1,405% return on investment. In today's video, I'm going to take you through the home and I'm going to share with you the step-by-step process of how I found the home, how I structured the deal, and by the time you're done watching this video, you're going to know how to find your first or your next mobile home and get a nice return on investment from that. So this journey began for me in 2017. This home right here, I got called on a bandit sign. There was a seller inside of the park. She no longer lived there. She actually lived out of state. These were in New Jersey. She lived in Florida. She lived out of state. She was paying lot rent of about $600 every single month. It wasn't even her home. It was her mother's home who she passed to her. So she kind of just felt like it was a big headache. It was a big burden, just having to pay this lot rent. And there was issues that were happening. It was cold winters, pipes were bursting. There's a lot of things that were going on. So one of her friends saw my sign, told her about it. She called me and asked me if I was interested in buying the home. I said, yeah, most definitely. What are you looking for? She said, $45,000. And I said, sorry, I don't know if I'm the right buyer. I'm not paying any more than $10,000 for a home. She's like, yeah, it doesn't sound like you're the right buyer. And I said, okay, but you know where to find me just in case you ever want to go down in price. Meanwhile, I'm on the phone like, yeah, right. She hung up. She said, okay, and hung up. About a month later, she called me back and said, is your price still on the table? Do you still want to buy the home? I said, well, yes, I do, but I have to go take a look at it. And she said, okay. So then I went to go take a look at the home. And as you can see here, it's beautiful. Nice big deck. Look at this thing, which is such a huge perk. We had a jacuzzi tub in there, but it wasn't working. We have the living room, the family room, the kitchen, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, nice sliding door leading to the deck. This home's nice. If you're inside of it, you can barely tell it's a mobile home. Nice double wide, great structure. And when I got there, I noticed that there were some more issues. Some things I didn't know were there. And I brought my contractor, who was actually my dad. I hired him full-time to work for me. I brought him with me. And he's like, the roof needs to get redone, and this and that. And this needs to be repaired. And I'm like, okay. So I'm going to call her back, and I'm going to offer her $7,500. I didn't know if it was worth $10,000. This was my first deal ever. So I offered her $7,500. And she said, I'll call you back in about a week to let you know if I'm open to that. Call me back in about a week. And she said, okay. I said, awesome. Now this home I purchased June 20th, okay? So be aware of that date. June 20th I purchased this. We got inside the home and then I turned on the water. I turned on the water and the pipe there was one of the pipes and the water just started shooting everywhere under the home, out in the yard. I'm like, holy shit. Like, this is not good at all. I don't want this. This is my first deal. I know pipes, that could be a pain in the ass. Under the home, bursted pipes. I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this or handle this. And I talked to the neighbor because she obviously saw the water flying out. And she said, yeah, last winter, the pipe burst. The whole entire yard was full of ice. The water was everywhere. You couldn't even walk on the yard because it was just full of ice and just kept pouring out the entire time. Water was coming from everywhere. And she sounded so dramatic when she was saying it. And I'm like, holy shit. This house is going to be a total train wreck. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do anything. These pipes are going to be a mess. So I called her back and I'm like, hey, you didn't tell me that your pipes weren't working and like the pipes bursted and this and that. And she's giving me this story like, I didn't really know. I don't really know what's wrong with it. I'm like, well, you could have told me. Like, I can't buy this like this. And bold move on my end because I was at the house, $7,500. She originally wanted $45,000. I talked her down a ton. And I didn't necessarily talk her down. I just let her know what I was capable of. And I said, I'm going to have to go down to $3,500. And like, when I said that, I'm on the phone. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to go down to $3,500. She's like, $3,500. She's like, fine. because she knew that there were issues with it, and she didn't tell me about it, and she kind of felt guilty because she didn't tell me about it, and she was just like, fine. So we went from $45,000, her original asking price, all the way down to $3,500. She signed the title, she sent me the title in the mail, I received the title, I signed that bad boy, and the home was mine. And then the work started. So I got the pipe fixed under the home. The burst wasn't as bad as I thought it was, which was awesome. I got that fixed. We did all the repairs inside the home, did everything that was required, painted it up, made it look nice. I ended up being all in $6,000. So $3,500 or $6,000. This was the first home I ever did, so I spent time like painting it and stuff. Like painting isn't necessary because they ended up coming in and repainting it right away anyway, the buyers. But $3,500, all in $6,000. I bought this home on June 20th. I then sold this home on July 18th for $55,000. I have my little shot right here where I know where we're at. For $55,000, I sold this home. That's a 1,405% return on investment. And how did I do it? Well, one, you can see this home. It's worth a lot more than $3,500, especially when it's all said and done and it's looking nice and it's in great shape. And the market, it's in a great market. Homes go for a lot more than that. There's homes inside this park that were going for over $100,000. So it's doable in this area. Again, it depends on your market and where you're at, where you're located, the park that you're in, the marketplace that you're in. Bestplaces.net is a great place to check the marketplace and different things of that sort. And obviously look at the mobile home comps inside that park to see what they can go for. I knew that this can go for a decent amount. So didn't even take me a month to sell it for $55,000, 1,405% return on investment. Now, how do I structure these deals? I structure them so seller financing terms, okay? So they're paying towards the monthly total. We structure this in a specific way because I know I came into this business because I wanted to create passive income for myself. I wanted to create cash flow. And we'll go into how this is actually passive income because a lot of you right now may be like, that's not passive income, but it is. So how I structure this was I make sure all of my deals that I've ever done to collect a down payment that's greater than what I put into it, then I'm all in. So I collected a down payment of $7,500. I'm all in for $6,000 from all the work that I did, paying my worker, who was my dad at that time, all that work, all the material, $6,000. So I'm up already $1,500. I sold it for $55,000. I structured it so there's monthly payments. Let me just look at this to make sure. 652 payments, or 652 payments, that's a lot of payments. 78 payments of $652. So now every single month for the next 78 months, what is that, 5 years, 6 years? Do the math. 7 years, 6 years, right, like 6. 66, 72, so a little more than 6. For the next 6 years, I'm getting payments of $652. I just like double thought if it's 6 years of $652. So that means every single month now I'm getting cash flow of $652. And the way I structure it in my contracts and everything I've written up, I am not the landlord. I am not coming to fix anything. You are not calling me if anything is not working. You own the home. I don't own the home anymore. This is all you. Like, this is your home. You're simply making payments towards the total. So I'm now collecting this cash flow every single month. This is a beautiful thing. Again, this is passive income. We did the work up front, set it that first month. For the next 6 years, the income's coming in. And then when you get the next home, and the next home, and the next home, you're able to continue to stack that and now build up that monthly cash flow. So now it exceeds anything, whether you're in a job or other business or whatever that is, it exceeds all the cash flow. Just to kind of reiterate and go back over this, okay? I put up bandit signs. I go to the parks, and I'm going to create another video going over the 5 steps, 6 steps, whatever that is, or 6 different ways to buy your first mobile home. So if you're interested in that, just comment buy first mobile home or first mobile home down below or next mobile home. And if you have any questions at all, comment them down below because I'll share all the back end stuff. I'm sharing all this stuff. We have YouTube shorts that have been going up for a while now and videos sharing all this. But I put up the bandit signs. I got a call on the park or on the bandit sign. and I just structure the deal. Specific negotiation. Again, I can create a video on negotiating with sellers and different things of that sort. Specific negotiation strategy. So it's a win-win. I'm not forceful. If you want it, you take it. If not, it's all good. And then just being able to create that structure up front. So I know I'm winning on the buy, and then being able to create the structure for the deal so I'm selling it properly in a way that is going to be most beneficial for me. Now, you can sell these all cash. You can't get as much. I could have sold this all cash for probably $25K, maybe less, $20K. I don't even know that much because a lot of mobile home buyers, they don't necessarily have the cash. And that's why she wasn't able to sell it all, because people don't have the $45,000 cash that they're going to put down. Banks don't mortgage. Some of these they do, others they don't. There's different programs and stuff out there, but some of them they don't. So banks you're not getting money for it. You got to put $45,000 down. No one knew how to structure the deal or anything. So that's why a lot of these mobile homes don't get sold either. I'm not going to get into detail and all that stuff. I really just wanted to talk about this first deal here. Now, this deal, again, was to go over what this deal looked like. I bought it for $3,500 June 20th. I sold it for $55,000 July 18th. Down payment of $7,500. I was all in $6,000. I got a down payment of $7,500. Payments of $652 for 78 months, and a return of investment of 1,405%. Get the right seller, get the right buyers on board. The parks that I'm in, they go over this and they go over with the buyers, and they make sure that they have certain credit and that they have no bankruptcy, because they're paying lot rent as well. So they want to make sure that that's good. Make sure you have the right buyers, have the right contracts on deck. Structure your deals the correct way. Make sure that any state laws or anything of that sort, you're following all the laws. Buy these mobile homes and allow yourself to get in the game. It's a very small cost, capital needed to get these mobile homes, if you're doing it right, for a very high return. There's no paperwork or any of those headaches besides the contract and the title that you're literally bringing to the DMV, and you go from there. So structure your deal right. This was my first deal ever that I had a $45,000 return on, 1,405% ROI, $652 per month. And from then on out, I was sold on the business. And you can be too. If you have any questions, again, make sure to comment below. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, because we have a lot more videos coming your way. We have a lot of YouTube shorts that we post and a lot more videos coming your way. All right, my name is George Wohar. Welcome to Mobile Home Success. I will catch you, my friend, in the next video.